Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of UC Solutions. Today we are going to be tackling that age-old problem of what happens when you don't have seat cushion covers and you need them. And I am so happy that we are actually doing this because I have received several comments over the years of people asking me, Grant, how do I do this since I don't have them pre-existing and I can't trace them and all that kind of stuff? And it's difficult to answer that question via, typing out these novel instructions. And my writing isn't the best. I mean, it can dip down to C-spot run levels. So I am very happy to go ahead and have this video for you guys where you can see step by step visually what you need to do to get the perfect fitting seat cushion covers and then add foam to them later. So that's really great. Now, if you guys don't know what this series is, this is our series. It's an 8-part series in which we show you how to reupholster a sofa from start to finish. Very great series. You can see the full-length one at our website, ucprivatecourses.com. It's 8 hours long. This is our condensed version of some of the essentials that you need to know in regards to reupholstering a sofa. If you want to know the full amount, go ahead, check out our website, ucprivatecourses.com. But enough of that, let's go ahead and get into the video.
Now the cushions are over there, and I'll run over there and get those because obviously that's part of the cutout.
First of all, we're going to start with the bands, right?
Yep, we can do that.
Okay.
The bands are 4 inches.
Okay.
Now that's finished.
4 inches deep.
And with bands, you're always going to have to add another inch because of the seam allowances on each side. It's a half inch. Left to right for the cushion is 34.
Okay.
So you don't have to add 5 inches to it, 30, because what we're going to do is we're going to actually trace this platform and redo it.
So the 34
redo the cover.
widthwise.
34 widthwise. It's good to know it though. So maybe add 3 inches to that. So that'd be 37.
37.
Okay.
But we're not going to sew it at that because obviously that'd be way too big.
Right. We just want enough fabric on left and right, front to back, so we can use it as a, so we can use our template that we'll make. We can use that fabric and have enough going around.
Got it. Perfect.
It won't be too tight, too short. Now the back, front to back is 26. Add 3, so 29.
Okay, so this is more than enough.
More than enough.
Got it.
Now let's do this now that we're here, okay? I'm going to take this band. Here's the zipper band. Obviously zipper. It stops right here, right?
Got it.
You don't want to have any seams if you can help it. You just want a nice, easy sew job. Let's go from this corner. Yeah, please, if you can reach over there. And you can write down, please, the front band is 73. Make the front band 76, and it'll be fine.
Got it. And then the zipper bands are?
The zipper bands come with 6 inches. The average is 6 inches around the side. See, that's about 6 right there, 5.5. Okay, so the zipper band. So in case you don't already know, now you know that with your finished cover, come up 6 inches. Makes it easy to get the insert in. Zipper bands coming around are 43.
43, so we're going to do 46.
46. It'll be fine.
Got it.
Excellent. We're done. That's all it takes on the measurement.
Right, because there is no back cushions with this.
There's no back cushion.
Only thing we have is throw pillows. Guess what? Still no sponsor, which is a good thing because this gives us the time to say thank you guys so much for watching our videos. We really do appreciate it. If you like this type of content, don't forget to give it a like. It really does help us and encourages us to make more content. And if you want to see more content, don't forget to click the subscribe button because then that way you will see us in your feed way down in this journey called life. Okay? So do that. If you want to help out our company, you can go ahead and do so by ordering foam at our website, ucprivatecourses.com, which is pretty perfect because guess what? You're making seat cushions right now, so you're going to need some new foam. If you need that new foam, we'll make it perfectly fit inside your perfect cover that you just perfectly sewed. So I think this is a great situation. I hope you do too. So enough of that. Let's go ahead and get back to the courses. All right, so now we're at that point when we have to trace the platform for these seat cushions. The reason why we do this is just in case, A, the previous seat cushions unfortunately have shrunk because they've been washed, and B, it's just nice to get everything new back from this actual point. So what I mean by that is, since we replaced an add-on Dacron to the arms and to the back, and we might pull it a little bit tighter than the previous upholsterer, it's best to get it from this new furniture than it is from the old cushions that fit the old furniture. So this is how we're going to get started with it. You're going to need a scrap fabric. Again, with all this kind of stuff, when it comes down to the foundation fabric, even to the dust cover, to the platform, you can use your fabric that you have. For example, this fabric. You're going to need to get some extra fabric to go ahead and do it for the foundation, for the dust cover, and so on, and for this as well. Now, I've already marked this. First things first, before I actually lay this out, I put a center pin right here, and all I did is I took a tape measure, measured from the front here all the way over, and let me bend this tape measure so I get a nice reading. It is 66.5, right on the money. So I put it at 33 1/4 inch. And you can double check it from this side as well. Should be 33 1/4, and it is. So we've got our half mark. I put a pin in there instead of marking it, obviously, because this is the good fabric. We do not want to do anything that's permanent. We've got a pin in there. And also I pinned a strip of cording along the front. The reason why I did this is because you're going to be tracing, when this fabric's on top, you're going to be tracing this as the front where it actually stops. So that's going to be your front of your cushion. And the reason and the height that I did it is right, the action camera will give you a better view of it. As you can see, it's right where it starts to go from vertical to horizontal to get to the top of the platform. Okay. So now what we're going to do, as you can see, I already traced this, but I'm going to show you how I did it. I just got to lay this up. I've got my center mark here where my pin was. Now I made this center mark right here where the pin, since I've already marked this, you won't obviously have a center mark of your fabric right here. I just marked it after, let's pull this down a little bit, after I had it in the right position. So this mark, the pin went first, and then this mark came later on. All right, so I got everything where it was beforehand, just to give you an idea of how to do the tracing of the platform. This will give us an idea, or will give us the idea, of the cushion sizes that we need to do. So first of all, when you first put it out, make sure that it is flat. Get as many wrinkles out as possible. That is important because if you have a wrinkle, obviously that's excess fabric that you're going to have later on when you actually cut out your cushions. Next step is we have this mark right where the cording is. Again, this is supposed to teach us where or tell us where the front of the cushion is. So we took a tailor's chalk, which is just this black chalk, and ran across just like so. If you do it too thick, I did a little thick here, but it's going to be fine. That's because you went like this. It's better off just going along with the finer edge to mark it. You can do the same thing with a pencil. I had a pencil here just a minute ago. See if I have it in my pocket. Oh, here it is. Got it. Do the same thing with the pencil. It's a little bit harder. Just hold it like that. Just mark it all the way down. This is where I felt the center pin. Made a little mark right there. Okay. Next step that you want to do is the most important step. When you have a cushion, the cushion obviously isn't flat. They shouldn't be. So you have depth to the cushion, really the thickness of it. And the thickness is going to be pushing up against the arm. So if you went ahead and just traced right here, the groove in between the seat platform and the inside arm, or the seat platform and the inside back, right up against here, you're going to be marking, I'm going to hash this out later, right there. But in reality, when you have this, you add in the thickness by putting in this ruler right here to the arm, your mark should be right there, as you can see with the GoPro. So you have a mark that's at the bottom of the arm, because the arm naturally tapers in when you pull down and staple near the seat platform, as you remember, as you just did. When you have that taper, it adds on more to your cushions, right? Let me just get my better grip on that. Sometimes the ruler bends. Just like so. Hash that one out. Hash this one out because that's not usable. And you're going to keep going down all the way around. And when you get to the inside back, it is important to get up over top of it and make sure that it is straight. For example, that one. Now, it's a little hard with this one because I had to move it back into place, so it may not be 100% where it was, but I made sure that the ruler was straight and you marked right in front of the ruler. Just a little right in front of it. So instead of just going right alongside it or behind it, you'll mark right in front of it. And that's that. So we have our center mark. We have all our marks all the way around. We made sure to do our front mark as well along the cording, which teaches us where the front is. And the next step is to go ahead and unpin this, cut this thing out, full in half, and then you have your finished measurements for your cushions. This is not your cut measurements. Your cut measurements will need to add the 1/2 inch seam allowance. So what I want to do again is take out these pins, cut it out full in half. The half will tell us where the back half is because sometimes the actual sofa tapers in just a little bit in the back. So that will teach us the half mark so we can cut that. So that's the next step that we're going to do, and we're going to get back to you at the cutting table.
Well, I'm back.
That's funny.
That's right.
That is right.
Yeah, it worked out really well. Yes.
That's good. I'm glad. So this is what I got so far. Marked the sides, the back, and the other sides and the front. Off camera, we also took the straight edge, and we made sure that this was straight, not by making a new line, but by adjusting the fabric so it looked like we just used the straight edge to make it. And it worked out quite well.
It did.
If anything, maybe the top, that side can come up just a little bit.
Come down here a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're making sure this is nice and straight. And what we're going to do is connect the dots.
Right. The only reason why we're doing this is instead of just folding it, like I said before, what we're going to do is we're going to take our T-square for the front to make the half mark.
Well, you can do that. I mean, that is a method.
Of folding it,
folding it. We can. What you do is make your marks here.
Okay.
And make your marks here.
Okay.
Cut them, fold it over, and that should
Bob's
be half.
your uncle.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could also, there's like 3 different ways. One that your way, or measure the back. Okay, like we were doing a slip cover. You watch one of those videos, you know what we're talking about.
After you connect the dots, of course, right?
After you connect the dots, but you get a nice center mark, right here in the back, and you got one in the front.
Okay.
And then you just connect those, or take a T-square.
Awesome.
A T-square.
So there's a lot of options you can have.
Yeah, or even like what my father used to do years ago.
Yeah, I like that.
Grandpa, he used to take the, you can explain if you want.
Yeah, he used to take the straight edge, and the straight edge has measurements on either side. It just starts differently. So on either side, you have a mark, and those marks are parallel to each other. And if you line the 2 marks up together, it should technically be straight.
Right.
Even with this method, though, I would probably still just double check it with a measurement in the back just to be safe. But I like that method.
I agree. Now with the T-square here, I'm going to line this up in the front. As Grant mentioned, we already made it straight. Okay. So this is about as best we're going to get it.
Got it. Looking good.
Now this is going to be our cut. All right, and we're going to have to add a 1/2 inch on each side.
Right.
Just for simplicity's sake, when we're sitting in the sofa, that's what we always go by. And that's going to be the left, okay? And then here is the right side, okay? This one's pretty boxy, the sofa. It's not, it doesn't have like, some of them, they actually will curve out a little bit in the back, or even in the front a little bit, not here. This looks pretty boxy. So now let's connect the dots.
Okay, let me see if I can grab a pencil as well.
One thing I like that you did, when you made a mark, you didn't like it, you squiggle lined it out.
Right, hashed it out.
Yeah, so that's good.
I was taught well.
Yeah, Grandpa was great, right? Okay. I'm making a mark there. We got a center one, and I'm going to Okay, cool. We'll use yours.
Yeah.
Let's use yours.
Let's see here. I'm at my mark.
I'm at mine.
Okay.
Now, make a line here. I'm good. Hey, that's an old pencil you got.
Mm-hmm. Going down memory
Okay.
lane.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Back in the day, it's a little school kid's pencil.
Yeah.
I'm not liking how that's dropping, so I'm going to ignore this one right here. This is off about 1/4 of an inch.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to ignore that.
And I'm ignoring this one as well. So basically, you're trying to find a happy medium between the two. Now, this is a cushion. So with that being said, it is made of foam. It can be manipulated just a little bit.
Yeah, with padding and such.
Exactly. So don't worry about that too much. You just don't want the cushion cover to be too big. Or too
Oh,
small.
man, nice. I was going to put this to the test here, and we're only off by like, we're not even off, man. We're not even
Excellent.
off. At least on this one. Let me see this one here.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me, I know. What was that one? I forgot already. Jeez. Okay. It's perfect, man.
Nice.
It is so far, and oh, man, we're only off a little bit, man.
Yeah?
I mean, by 1/4 of an inch.
And remember, too, we're working with new padding and everything. So you can always add a little bit more padding than you thought, or maybe it didn't need as much. Basically, it's not everything's going to be perfect in this trade.
It's not. That one's a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
It is. It's 1/4 of an inch bigger. Whoa,
Oh, my
man, I
bad.
do that often. Thank you.
There you go.
Let me just double check here again. Okay, that's 32 3/4. And that's, no, you know what? I'm wrong. We're perfect. The back is a little wider.
Okay, so it doesn't
I'm
taper
wrong.
in. I thought it tapered in.
Yeah,
from
we
looking
got
at
it. So it's tapering out just a little bit, which is normal.
Okay.
Okay, I'm happy with it. So what we're going to do now, we want you, just so you don't forget, as I mentioned, phone rings, dog runs in, kids are screaming, add, right here, say, add 1/2 inch.
Got it. No,
'Cause
that's
you're
perfect.
going to forget. You know, so, and we need it on both sides. So add 1/2 inch. Here.
And it's to all sides
Thank you,
as
Grant.
well,
Yes,
too.
yes.
So it's not just to the half or to the middle. It's everywhere. So a 1/2 inch all the way around. Now, if you wanted to, you could do this. You have your marks now. You made sure it looked good. You can't do it for the center, so I wouldn't do it. But you could technically add the 1/2 inch now around there. But like I said, you can't because you got the line right in the
Yeah.
center and you're going to be eating up over there. So if
You
you
can
want
definitely
to,
do that,
you
yeah.
could transfer it to another piece of fabric for your template, add the 1/2 inch to that piece of fabric, then put that onto your main fabric if you're nervous. Or you can just cut out the line right now and add the 1/2 inch onto your main fabric just by
Yes.
eyeballing it.
Now I'm cutting on this side of the mark.
Gotcha.
I'd rather it be that than, I want it to hang over a little bit more than come in too far.
That makes sense.
If it comes in too far, you can throw batting in the back zipper area, which I don't like doing because it gets caught in the zipper. But you've got no choice because it'll push the cushion forward from the zipper, from the back rather. So we're just cutting right on the line. Now, important, let's mark B for back.
Another thing you can mark, not to make it confusing, is Z for zipper band.
Yeah,
Both
you could do
are-
that.
Both are usable.
You can definitely do that.
You got that side?
I got it, amigo.
Excellent. All right, so now that we have this cut out, the next step is to roll out our main fabric and then start to cut out, because we already had the cording for the main, for the cushions as well. So we just have to make some more cording, but we just need to cut out the cushion sizes for our fabric, and then we'll get back to you when we're doing that. Okay, so don't worry. The rest of how to do the seat cushions from scratch is already up in the next segment. So go ahead and jump over there if you're ready to go. We want to give you this little break so you can digest what you just learned and ask any questions in regarding to the tracing. So then that way it makes it a lot easier on my end and your end to go ahead and answer these questions, okay? So ask those questions. If you need any of the supplies, this is just a really friendly reminder, you can go to ucprivatecourses.com and then go all the way down on the home page, and there's going to be a big box right there that says tool list. You can click that and you'll have pretty much everything that you need in this episode and any other episode that you watch. If you see anything missing, if you want anything added to it, just go ahead and leave us a comment and we can go ahead and add it for you as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to jump over to the next video so I can introduce you to what you're going to learn there.